Here we go. It's Vatira and Nwpo playing in the $1,000 Road to Worlds. Nwpo versus Mawkzy. They are going to be playing in September in the World Championship. And so we have come up with a little format here for them to get as many practice matches as possible here as they prepare for playing in the first ever LAN World Championship. Nwpo is going to be playing Vatira right now as he goes for an air 50 and gets the first goal. We just had Mawkzy play first. I've been trying to go back and forth between having Mawkzy and Nwpo play first against the different opponents. And with the exception of maybe the one that we just had, in general, it's actually seemed to be beneficial to go first. Players almost seem to get like a little bit of warm-ups playing in the first match and then are more prepared for the second match going forward. In this case, Nwpo is playing the second match. Vatira just played against Mawkzy. They've played against a few players now. Raziers, Drally, Toxic, and now Vatira. And coming into this match, Nwpo and Vatira, I should say, I'm going to be spoiling previous matches. You should go back and watch them in order if you don't want to get them spoiled. What was I about to say? I was about to say that Nwpo and Mawkzy were tied coming into this series. They were only separated by game differential. And that could still be the case if Vatira is able to get a win here, as Nwpo going to get scored on because the previous match did go in favor of Vatira. So every little game matters. A 3-game differential right now for Nwpo. If he were to get swept here, that would get reduced. Vatira controlling this ball to the side wall. And now air dribbling up, denied by Nwpo. Nwpo getting one of his classic 50s in order to get his only goal of the game so far. Question is who will be able to gain an advantage first. Vatira lost control of this dribble too far ahead of him and not the boost necessary to be able to get back. Honestly, even if he did, though, it's still going to drop off the top of his car. A nice little bump by Vatira in order to take this one away. Vatira's recovery defense has been really strong. We saw that against Mawkzy as well. Now reset at ceiling height. Looking for the doubles. Denied by Nwpo. He read where that was headed. Vatira gets a demo, though, and will get his goal all the same. I'm assuming somebody in chat earlier said, slightly unrelated, I was watching something on Tarek's stream and the chat was a mess. Gotta say I love you, Feer. But I can't remember what the original message was because you guys all edited it. And I don't know who sent it. But shout out that guy who appreciates me. Nwpo dunking this over the top of Vatira, who went for a no-jump kickoff. I don't know if he was trying to lose it to the back corner intentionally, but did not pay off. There wasn't any I love you. Sure there was. It was Insane, to be fair. Insane does watch CSGO, Valorant, I think, so it could be him. Grossi, they were the 11 months prime. Hello to Germany. Or, shoot. No, I think I only know thanks in German. But at this point, I'm not going to risk sounding stupid. So I'll stick to English. Take the risk? Well, now it doesn't feel like a risk anymore because someone else typed it in chat as well, which was dunk it. I don't know how you say it in German, like, correctly. But I think that's just thanks in German. Nwpo! Gonna get a third. English Fear? Yeah, you're right. I really should just stick to English. Let's probably just do that. Nice flick. Vatira, kickoff win, gets the boost first. He thought a much higher bounce was coming, and he did his best to try and push himself back down and double in what should have otherwise been a very easy follow-up. He was actually cursed by the fact that he's better at this game, expecting and preparing for a high bounce. Someone with much less skill would have just assumed he was going to bounce low and would have been there for it. Nice play by Vatira, though, to make up for it. Vatira resets and then uses that reset for the 50 as he falls back off the ball. 3-3. Nwpo wins this kickoff and gets a great connection on his bump on Vatira, but throws him off the angle as well. Takes him a second to get back. Vatira uses that second to recover. And Vatira is actually going to pick up both of his back corner boosts, which means possession will be in his favor. First touch is not great. Can he find a way to make anything out of it? No, he's going to have to just bail. Well, maybe not. He returns back on top of the ball because Nwpo doesn't take it away. Still doesn't create a ton of that. Great recovery defense from Vatira. His ability to get back and cut off these long shots on open nets has been a big difference maker here, especially in close games like this one. He's done that a few times. Now Vatira just corralling this ball to bring it straight back towards the nets. Trying to make magic happen again on the back wall. Will he get punished from that? Or will he do another great job at recovering back and cleaning up the possession? Now a rolling dribble. What is he faking here anymore? It worked! It worked! I mean, at this point, he's threatening tapping the ball. Like, what's going on? It worked so well. He was threatening, I don't know, going back to his own half with that fake. But Nwpo delayed just a little bit longer. And then he was able to win the 50. Vatira in the lead. Now just trying to stuff this ball to the ground. Nwpo actually does have the boost to get to it. Vatira pre-flip, taps it away. Game number 1, gonna go to Vatira. Game number 2, Vatira and Nwpo. The challengers have been coming to play here against the likes of Nwpo and Mawkzy. Vatira gonna get scored on, though, to open this one. What is this goal explosion Nwpo's using? Is this an upgraded version of the Dino? Back in the day, the dinosaur, the flaming dinosaur, was not one that covered the whole screen. Climate change goal explosion. Is it part of the new battle pass? Ah, it sounds like the same sound. I didn't get to see it because they didn't have ball cam on. But it sounded like the same sound that you see from the dinosaur one normally. It's called Hellfire. I think that sounds right. Oh, is it dinosaurs or just like a skull? Why did I think it was a dinosaur? Maybe because they did a Jurassic Park one that was maybe similar. I think I'm thinking of not a dinosaur. Yeah, a skull. Hellfire version 2. Got it. Vatira reading Nwpo dropping this one down. Vatira not going to go sidewall dribble like maybe Nwpo was expecting. Cuts it back down and goes for a midfield dribble. Wants to go for a 50. Keeps his flip the whole way in order to try and dash back. Make something out of it. Doesn't get anything. Nwpo gets a perfect respawn, a boost. And will take to the skies. Trying to outmaneuver Vatira in the air, who does a great job of covering every single option and not throwing himself out of position. And even gets the back corner boost. Vatira is going to make it 3-1. Nwpo gonna catch and flick denied by Vatira, who takes a couple quick looks down to see what Nwpo's up to. My goodness, what a save. This time we watched it from Vatira POV. Doesn't make it any less crazy to see what he's doing. Oh, could not read this one. Nwpo does finally get around him on those pre-jumps. All right, I got to watch it full screen. Nwpo was nice enough to keep ball cam on there. Vatira cut and pop to lob one out to the midfield. Nwpo trying to get a wave dash into flick, I imagine, but didn't really go as clean as he was hoping. Vatira heads to the ceiling to defend against Nwpo, tries to keep it low and then take it back high. I think he's expecting a overreaction recovery from Vatira to drop down from the ceiling way faster than he needs to. Instead, Vatira falls at the perfect rate and is right there in position to steal it away. Vatira pulling back off of his air dribble. Nwpo went over the top and then actually did not get it in. Nwpo preparing for that bounce. Thought either it's in and I can't do anything about it, or it might bounce off into this corner and I'll be prepared. But the problem is Vatira will just bump him like a madman and make it 5-2. As it stands right now, this matchup is currently favoring Mawkzy. He did get a game off Vatira. In theory, if it were to continue, obviously very early, only halfway through game number 2. Lots of time left on the clock. Just want to give people context of what Nwpo needs to do if he wants to gain edge in the challenge versus Mawkzy. He needs to, at the very least, get one game in order to tie, and he needs to prevent getting swept to not lose any position. Nwpo just going to boom one top right. Vatira saves it. Is forced into net, which I think is what Nwpo was hoping for with that shot. Now he's going to go for a bump and not expect Vatira to be able to get away from it. But Vatira does do just that. Waiting out, back flipping over the top. Now ground pinch from Nwpo, collected by Vatira. Minute 41. Nwpo's playing his classic game, and this is what I'm talking about. This is when he plays best. Just diving on the ball. Sure, he no longer has the advantage, but just finding a way to score. A little wall dash there to reposition himself and get the close angle. Oh, you're right. As the title still say Vatira Mawkzy. Switch to Vatira Nwpo. Nwpo catch and into a double jump bump. That'll work. 6-4. He's got time to bring back these next 2 goals. Nwpo resets. He's going to have to get a really special touch to try and bring that back on target. Vatira, nice shot. It's crossbar down as well. The counterattack from Vatira is swift. He's quickly into the air, has a reset at ceiling heights, and flips it right over the top to perfectly caress the crossbar before it goes in. Delay from Vatira as he picks up 100. Nwpo trying to get some movement on the back wall to get something going. The King of Marbles has now insisted that chat types Vati go. And the way he's been playing, he is starting to earn it, but still lots of time left. Nwpo off the back wall. Vatira floating at ceiling heights, convincing him to go down, staying shadowed. Collects the play. Now launches it back out to the midfield. Nwpo needs a good first touch, one that he can follow up in order to be able to outplay Vatira, but that is not what he got. He got one that handed it over to Vatira, who has read this off the ceiling with very little boost. He has just cut off Nwpo at every single angle, and now can just roll this one away. 7-5. Nwpo gets dunked. The ball will hit the ground, and it's a 2-0 lead for Vatira. Game number 3. Nwpo got the privilege, or unfortunately had to go second today. Not sure which one it is. So far, it's been unfortunately. The challengers have only ever done better in their second match. We'll see better or equal, because Drally had the same result against both. Vatira could show that he's going to do better if he could get a sweep here against Nwpo, as he's going to dunk this off the top of his car. It's literally just a pop, not a damn Evan pop or whatever, said someone who hates fun. Of course it's just a pop. Please. 2-0 in favor of Vatira. Nwpo missed a wave dash in that corner. He was trying to get the ball back in towards the nets. It's not just a pop. Vatira slamming this one off the back wall. Nwpo getting a look at what Vatira's up to before he starts his air dribble. Vatira trying to float in the perfect position. Oh my goodness, Vatira! How did he adjust to get out of the way? He was floating in the air in what felt like a spot that he could not move from. So Nwpo decides to go demo him, and yet Vatira skirts around it somehow and now outplays him on the side wall, pre-flips to dunk this in. Vatira is moving different right now, and he's up 3-0 here in game number 3. Vatira sending this one to the net and making it 4-0. Vatira faking his kickoff. And now bringing the ball down to the ground. He's got control. He's not going to try and waste time here yet or anything like that, but he's just done such a good job of dictating everything. Nice reaction to make a save. Nwpo's going to be forced to back off. Vatira will roll it straight down the field, and now he's freestyling. He's going 180 and just throwing backflip flicks at net. We'll see if he ends up regretting that. Nwpo going to get a demo. He'll get on the board now. 4-1. Could be worth reminding everybody who does watch these KSA versus EU matchups. The KSA players are always playing on much worse ping. 88 for him to Vatira's 12. But yeah, it is something that they've gotten used to. We've tried to mitigate a little bit of lag that Nwpo was getting early on in these matches by having him create the lobby. So he creates them, and I think it gets him slightly better ping, slightly better servers, as Vatira is going to tap this out away. And now it's 5-1. Nwpo on an air dribble, 50, will dunk it in. These guys are going to face adversity a lot. Specifically on the main stage, there are going to be some tough goals go the wrong way. You're going to have to be able to recover and get back from it, whether it's a recovery here in this match against Vatira, starting down 0-2, or maybe just a recovery in the whole format, as it hasn't been the best start for our two potential champions. Lots of time to practice, as Nwpo going to lose control of the ball. Vatira will tap it in for an open net. These are the kind of mistakes that have to get cleaned up, and Nwpo's not moving. I mean, this is... You could see the frustration there from him. Wave dash kickoff. As Vatira forces it towards the nets. Nwpo low 50. Collected, taken away by Vatira, who has been playing in peak performance, and now going to be rolling it back to his own corner. Tried to go for a little pinch, but Nwpo was actually in the perfect spot. He was already up on the ceiling, exactly where that ball headed. Maybe to try and stop an air dribble, but it works out well to take away the ball. Ooh, Vatira cut around an early challenge, and a little power slide flare as he puts the ball in. 7-2. But I say Vatira might try and milk the clock. He has done that in the past. Nwpo, if he could even steal this one game, could at least not lose any ground in this matchup versus Mawkzy. As Vatira slams that one, sends it high, looks for a double. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, under normal circumstances, this is probably a forfeit. Maybe Nwpo would want to try and fight it out, but right around the same amount of time left in the game, it is a sweep, and it is a slightly smaller lead for Mr. Nwpo.